Hey, welcome back to day 38. Last time we had finished at least 8 different requests. And today we're kind of getting back into it. We're not going to look at this one because, like I said earlier in the previous episode, we didn't really have enough yen in the game. I mean, as crazy as that sounds. But at least it's not really something that's missable or something that goes away, so we can easily revisit it later. And this one we may be able to work on today. I believe there's another one we were looking at last time, but we didn't really have time to get into, which is a Thieves Challenge with Panther. So that's probably the first thing I'll be working on today. And as for this one, it's also going to have to kind of be on the back burner for now. Mainly because I think this one involves one of those super strong shadows, right? And that's going to involve some grinding, at least. If we were to do it now, or we can wait until somewhat later in the game to where we're at a decent level. And of course, it's not something that kind of goes away over time. So no issues there. So, number one, we'll focus on this one with and it's slightly different, right? We cannot use quick travel on a map, and we can't increase the security level for that map either. But they're not necessarily saying you can't get into a fight with the shadows, but you just cannot increase the security level. So obviously, we'll try not to get ambushed first of all. And if we're trying to sneak behind shadows, we'll just make sure we don't alert any of the enemies. So back at Sophia's shop. Oh, and I have to be careful, right? With my buying habits. So we're trying to get some of this money up. We're at 10,000 yen. We need probably a couple more thousands of yen for us to be able to do that request where we need to summon some personas. So definitely I'll hold back on my shopping habits and continue to this jail. Now another thing is I didn't even check what it's Shibuya jail, so heading back all the way to Shibuya.
Okay, let's start the mission.
And what's weird about it is we have to be.
You're already working on this one.
Do we have to be Panther herself in order to do this? We just need to reach the location marked with the REQ, the request icon. Can't use quick travel. Do not increase security level. So I don't think we need to be Anne, but let's just do that just to make sure. And I don't anticipate us fighting any of these shadows unless, of course, we have to.
Let's go.
Oh, I just remembered. Hey Joker, did you already finish your homework?
Switch out.
Oh, thanks.
Is that summer homework she's talking about? So I don't see that
Here's what I found. You're already working on this one.
this location marked with the request icon yet. So I suppose we're just gonna have to look around for it.
Hey, what do you think that is?
I didn't even see that guy. Pretty crazy.
Persona! Queen Ma! Unicorn! Mitra! Lamia! Arcane! Arsenic! Queen Ma! Unicorn!
No weaknesses we can exploit here. I'm not sure if that
Go ahead.
battle even counted.
Too easy.
Let's just kind of run away from here if we can.
What exactly called it?
So this was the entrance. My plan was to see if we could...
Think we could ambush
Ooh,
it here?
that's close. Close, close.
Look, a shadow. What do we do?
Too on edge.
See if we go over here to this map. Alright, so I don't see any other request icons here.
What is that?
There's someone here.
This will help us out, right?
So let's go ahead and check the underground
See the word.
waterway. Assuming we can access that from here. Yeah, so I am not seeing a request here either.
This is the request. Are you
Oh, interesting.
the request?
Is it because we haven't even, accepted it,
Double checking the request?
and we cannot accept it right now? Interesting. Wonder if we need to
I think I
do this at a
see
certain location. Let's do a return from jail
Good job, everyone.
and try to reselect it, or at least accept it.
Here's what I found. You're doing this one?
Okay, so we've accepted it.
Let's do our best. You're already working on this one.
Right, so I missed that part. If we can get to the farthest part of the underground waterway while hidden, we should celebrate. So I guess maybe the problem was
Let's get to work.
I had already gotten the security level up, right? Because of that mishap earlier. And so as a result, we probably just failed it at that point, unfortunately.
Let's start the mission.
But at least, if we know that it's the underground waterway, we can just head to that checkpoint. That's, very near it. And hopefully try to redo this. I mean, there's obviously no checkpoint. There is a checkpoint here for the underground waterway. There it is. So let's head straight there.
Made it safe and sound. Now, where to?
The request has been canceled. Oh, okay, so I guess We do need to just have no one but Panther.
Good job, everyone.
Alright, so let's try this, hopefully,
This is the request.
for the last time.
You're doing this one? Okay, you're already working on this one. This is the request. You're already working on this one. Let's get to work. Alright, keep your guard up.
Third time's a charm, right? Failed a thief's challenge. Yeah, I have no idea. Oh, I realized why. We violated another rule where we're not supposed to fast travel. It seems it's going to take me 4 tries to even start this request.
Let's get to work.
Now it has me thinking 5 times before I make any selection on the menu. So rule number 1, do not fast travel. Just straight up explore the jail.
Okay, let's do this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Which now I just realized another thing.
Are you double checking the request? I wonder what this is.
And what I realized is that I still hadn't marked it as accepted after it basically canceled it on me. So of course now I had to go back to the entrance.
Ooh, what's that? This is the request.
Let's see if I can do it here without even returning from jail.
Checking the request?
You cannot.
Okay, let's head back. This is the request. You're doing this one? Time to get to work. Let's get to work.
Alright, trial number 5.
Okay, leave the support to me. getting in.
Okay, great. So it has not canceled this time.
Here's what I found.
Yeah.
You're already working on
So 5th time did the trick.
Go ahead.
So now we just need to make sure
it. Take a look.
that we don't mess up here.
Think you can sneak up on
And we'll want to make sure we avoid these guys if we can. Let's see if I can make a run forward here. Okay, success. And from here we need to make it to that underground waterway.
Ready anytime. Just say the word.
Let's just go ahead and ambush this guy. I mean, that wouldn't count as a security threat, right? There we go.
Was that it? That was bad.
Just make sure that the request did not cancel itself out
You're already working.
for whatever reason, and we're looking okay.
Keep it moving.
For this part, right, we just need to jump down here and head to the underground waterway. There we go. So now the request is showing up, but unfortunately, what's crazy about it is we have to go all the way northwest of the map. So that'll be very interesting. And honestly, as crazy as this would be, I don't think having, additional party members is going to impact this request at all. So I don't know why I was led to believe that it had to be just Anne. Maybe I was just preoccupied, by looking at the rules. But at least we have some, support from the other Phantom Thieves. And honestly, just to make sure we're not taking any risks, just go ahead and ambush this guy.
Sound good?
Because again, we do not want to be seen by any of the shadows.
That was too easy.
Let's keep up the pace, shall we?
And I think for this one, I probably could just run in between these guys. Let's try it. Okay, that was close.
Nearby shadow detected.
And I won't try anything here either, honestly. So might as well go ahead and
Ready when you are.
set myself up for an ambush.
Wide open. Let us end this.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, I could get used to this.
All right. No time to waste.
Gotta be careful here as well. I mean, we are looking to get across to the other side where that floating cube is. See if I can move closer to this thing
New signal.
and do that.
What is that?
But as you can see, we are going to have to go south now. So if I can somehow
Watch your step.
position myself here and kind of do this. And once we get across the next room, I believe we should be halfway there. And here's where you do not want to mess up, right? So it's absolutely, I think, in your best interest to just set up an ambush. Just gotta wait and bait. Let's see. There you go. So not too bad there. Now we're headed further south.
Okay.
And I believe we're, you know, more or less 50% of the way there. And the next room does look like it has like the max amount
Let's keep this up.
of shadows on this map for the room, or for any room in general.
Folks, we have a shadow on our hands. What's the plan?
So an ambush is obviously imperative here. There's a guy waiting down here, so you don't want to kind of mess with him. The guy that's over here looks like he could kind of be exploited for an ambush, right?
Shall we attack?
Finish them off in one blow.
So it looks like thankfully that cleared out
1, 2.
all the enemies from this room.
Apply the same effort in the next battle.
But of course, on to the next one. And what's crazy about this room is they don't seem to be moving at all outside of changing their direction. And I think the only one really we can ambush is this one right here. The one facing our direction at that time. And of course, but the guy on the right looks at you simultaneously. You know. So, let's move in now.
Let's get them before they
There you go. Kind of scary, but timing is key. And I believe that took care of everyone here. Moving on to the next part. There is a shadow here. And it's one of those flying drone ones, right? See if we could kind of... Is there something we can jump towards? Nope. See if we could kind of do this. We'll wait for him to kind of come south of where he is and kind of make a run for it. Keep it moving.
Look, a shadow. What do we do?
And although that was a bit scary, seems like we're okay. And there's only 2 guys here. In other words, 2 more shadows that are sort of in our way, between us and the goal of the request. You definitely want to kind of keep your distance here. All right, here we go.
have the advantage. I say we take them. This is our chance. Don't waste it.
All right, and hopefully with that, we should be
I got a new power.
close to our goal. Oops.
They had their heads up their asses. What else can I say?
Let's move on. This'll help us out, right?
No, we're actually headed in the opposite direction. We actually should be headed here. So it's that same place where we actually met Sophia for the first time in game. And hopefully we are done. Yep. But unfortunately that does mean we have to make our way back all the way to the checkpoint. But at least we don't need to worry about you know, the security levels.
It's a shadow. Careful, okay?
Oh, that was not an ambush.
I'd say you performed quite admirably.
Oh, nice one. Keep it up.
And you know, thankfully for this request, they happen to pick a jail where the shadows are not super strong. So it's kind of less crazy. Let's see if I can head over here and then jump back down straight east.
Careful.
Okay.
There's a shadow lurking around.
Let's make a run for it.
What's that? All clear.
And thankfully we are almost there.
I don't see any shadows.
Might serve us well to regroup.
This is the request. You're already working on this one.
Okay, so new accessories are now available at Sophia's online shop. This one we can certainly
Cancel the request?
work on. But on second thought, I feel like I need to progress a little with the game. Since, you know, in the last stream we did nothing but, you know, do requests. Let me guess, do we get bond skills? Right, thought so. Increases damage for showtime attacks. Fair enough. Seven points. Where shall we use these? Answer persona skills to inflict status elements. That's also pretty good. And we'll increase agility. Tenboto.
Yes. What are you gonna do? Leave it to me.
I mean, I'm surprised we're headed to Konoe's jail already.
So this is our entry point this time. If his keyword is indeed the name of a superhero, one can only wonder what his jail will look like.
Ain't gonna be pretty, that's for sure.
We're going in. Is everyone ready? Yes. Let's go.
We're gonna settle this thing once and for all. This is for everyone, even those who got turned into monarchs.
Konoe's gonna pay big time for toying with people's hearts like that.
Beginning the operation. Entering the keyword into Emma now. The keyword is Superman.
Very high tech.
Yeah, figures it'd be another crazy one.
See that?
I'd say you just found Konoe's castle. We're almost there. Only one job left to bring the villain to justice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do get the vibes that I got back in Persona 5 when we did, you know, Okumura's palace. You had similar vibes here, and also given that he was also a CEO as well. So party members wise, get Makoto in here. Sophia is at 40. Let's get her on as well. We're gonna drop Anne. And then Kichi is actually a pretty high level as well, so we're gonna switch to Morgana.
Well, the infiltration went well at least.
Stay sharp, everybody. This could potentially be the mastermind behind everything that we've faced thus far. Security's bound to be tight.
Right. We should expect that Konoe knows how jails work too.
I assume that's Konoe's castle. If so, we have our destination.
Time to get moving. Show me how it's done.
Let's go.
Hang on a sec. Stop!
What is it, Oracle?
Check it out.
What the hell is that? A machine gun?
It's topped with a security camera too. It'll probably open fire if you get too close.
So it's the same setup we saw in Shibuya. The castle's beyond here. So we're gonna have to do something about this thing first.
If I had to guess, I'd say there's a core somewhere around here that's powering it. I saw something that looked like a prison keep up top. If this is business as usual, it's probably there.
I guess that's our first stop. Let's get going.
Prison key. Well, guess I'll know once I get there.
Greetings, good citizens. Have you seen any evildoers nearby? If you do see any, please report it immediately. Our hero will then come to change their hearts. Akira is our one true hero. He is the only one who can save the world. Akira will keep everyone safe with the power to change hearts. He will
Sounds like-
protect our way of life.
Sounds like the TV show that he probably watched when he was a kid is kind of getting to him in all kinds of ways. In this case, his jail, where he's seen as this hero.
Mira? You must be referring to Konoe. Guess he's a superhero in this world.
Remember,
So this is how he
his
views
lives
himself.
are dangerous.
Ironic that the villain is playing the hero.
The hero Akira will
Keeping everyone
always be
safe
there
with
to
the power
deliver
to change
justice.
hearts. What does it mean by that? And this voice, is that Emma?
phony hero parading himself around in a futuristic city. There's some major dystopia vibes from this one.
So does that mean we're the villains? What a load of crap.
Yes, everyone will know the truth. We'll show him who the real villain is.
Okay, so we obviously want to avoid these security cameras. And looking at the map, it looks like that checkpoint is probably blocked due to something, probably camera related. I'm not sure how we can get around this. Yeah, you can't really go from the back. So it's almost as if they want you to kind of run into the camera.
I can see it.
See if we can double jump over it. Nope.
Over here.
Okay, there you go. Futaba to the rescue. So obviously we can't take this route. So then the only one that's kind of available to us is through here.
Huh? The heck is that?
Ooh, we gotta avoid this guy, right?
We can take this one by surprise.
Show me your true self.
As long as we can see advantage, the battle is ours.
Okuninush, Mitra, Mamiya, Archangel.
Alright, Garula. So weak to wind means we can use Mona here. There we go.
That all you got?
Okay, let's keep this up.
It's a shadow. Stay alert.
We'll kind of wait for this guy to come over here so we can ambush him and then continue. Although he's taking his sweet time.
This is our chance.
I'll reveal your true form.
Finish them off in one blow. Break, do this. Say a prayer. The battle's almost won. Let's finish this.
Not too bad.
Turn. That was a quick one. Okay, let's keep it moving. This seems like it'll be useful.
And looks like there's a shadow over there, but we can kind of go up here and avoid it altogether. And it seems that these yellow things on the map are actually wires.
Told will be eliminated without exception.
So we can go from building to building.
Why would he go so far? He's nothing like the
And now we should probably drop here. And let's get this guy.
What should we do?
So all of these guys, right, if not most of them, are on average, weak to wind or Garula skills. And there's another one we missed.
That victory was handed to us. Let's move on. Give it a 5 out of 10.
Typically, in an open area like that, right, what do we expect? Definitely a shadow. Or at least a boss fight. Okay, so what are these guys weak to? Nothing right off the bat. Not even wind. Okay, so let's take care of this. That's a crazy AoE right there, right? Just kind of buff ourselves up. Hopefully that's not overkill. Detonate this vehicle here. Okay, I can't really control Mono when he's basically a car. Let's heal the team up slightly. And focus on some of these shadows. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Getting stronger, Joker.
So definitely used up some of our SP in that last fight, but I think we're okay. And we are now headed east and then slightly north.
Folks, we have a shadow on our hands. What's the plan? Focus.
Time to wait for this guy to turn around. Too close for comfort there. Okay. Finally.
Excellent. I'll begin right.
These guys are weak to fire. Pretty strong.
Perhaps I should be taking note.
That was over before it started. I should have taken a nap. You should apply the same effort in the next battle.
And of course, this is that same statue from the town we were in of Osaka. And before I move on to the next part, time to recover some SP before we get into another one of those nasty fights. Let's use some of these. There we go. And I think everyone else is okay.
So this is what cities might look like in the future. Places so rigid and orderly, it's giving me the creeps.
I don't like it either. Not to mention,
Interesting.
once we'd already in sight.
Gotta say, I agree.
So there has to be some way for us to get up there.
Actual people in them.
There you go. But unfortunately, not sure if there's a way for us to kind of move on to the next part. Oh, right. We actually need to head... Yeah, I'm not sure how we can get to that point, right? It's pretty interesting.
We must not allow evil of any kind.
I don't see anything that we can grab to get up there.
I can see it.
A daily reminder. It is your civic duty to admonish all evil.
And I'm pretty sure that jumping is not going to work since we tried that earlier. I guess worth a try, right? Should I try jumping? Let's try jumping. Oh, bad idea. That's probably going to bump up the security. Or nope.
Nearby shadow detect.
I suppose the only way is for us to try to go around. But, again, I don't see how that's an option given the fact that we can't head back up northeast. So, I don't know. I could be missing something here.
What's that? Focus.
Our hero Akira will protect the people of this city.
I can see it.
No can do. No can do.
What's that?
The hero Akira
We can't go east since it's blocked.
for justice.
Let's try this again. Or actually, I don't believe we've been up here. This is it.
We're in a good position. We can
So,
attack at any time.
slightly confusing, but
Show me your true self.
we're moving forward.
This is our chance. Don't waste
And this is another one of those Garula weaknesses.
color me impressed. Let up. Finish him off.
All right.
This was over before it began. Good job, everyone. Your turn.
Hey, shall we?
So hopefully now we can
Hail the great hero Akira.
move across the wire here.
Let's go.
And head to the next destination.
All clear. Nothing to worry about here.
So now we can head east and then north after that.
I sure hope this is useful.
Ooh, it looks like a chest, but unfortunately we can't really get to that. Right? We can only get to it from the back, which hopefully that'll be accessible to us a while later. And
Watch your step.
given that there is a shadow here, see if we can get up here. And likely we're gonna have to fight that guy. I don't see how that's a cover point when you're literally in front of that shadow.
Anytime.
So this makes no sense. And that's us, of course, getting ambushed.
Gotta find a way out. Leave it to me. Say your prayers. Gotta exploit those weaknesses. Not bad at all. It's super weak to win. Almost in sight. Now you're doing it, Fluff. Not you.
Alright, all clear. And if this is the cover point, we can likely ambush
Sorry for them.
someone that's down there.
Time to waste. We can strike the enemy from here.
And let's go for it. Assassin's Creed style. And again, these guys are certainly more peskier than those guys that are weak to wind. Alright.
Okay.
Ooh, that seems strong. Only all battles for this easy.
And from here, we will need to head up here onto the wire.
All right.
All right. Looks like we can make our way to the prison keep from here.
We've arrived at Juoji Zoo. Would the prison keep be somewhere in Mount Chashira?
Juoji Zoo.
Hashiro it is then. Let's go, everyone.
The hero Akira will always be there to deliver justice.
And what's interesting is we haven't encountered any new checkpoints so far on the maps. Oh, and there you go. Looks like we're going to be fighting the next sub-boss for this jail. Let's go ahead and make sure we're prepped. We're looking okay HP-wise. We just got to work towards the SP. Namely for Joker and Morgana, who we've kind of overused. Yeah, let's go ahead and use this. And hopefully we should be okay.
Wait, Ice. You must be villain.
Say what? If anyone's a villain here, it's you, pal.
Enough talk. In the name of our hero, Akira, I will execute you here and now.
Nice.
Let's go.
So obviously a very familiar persona
Archangel.
from the series. And this guy's weak to curse, which means, oh, okay. So Joker and Ryuji would really help. Unfortunately, in my case, I do not have Joker or Skull available on the team. So it seems that Joker is kind of going to have to tank this. So what we'll do, let's use some of the others to kind of buff and debuff.
Let me help. Yes, I'll try. Fix yourself. Sorry, this is my other self.
Yeah, buffing is always important for these kinds of guys.
I can exploit its weakness with psychokinesis.
His power. First, Pixie. Silky. Neko Shogun. Queen Ma. Neko Shogun. I'll use this. Let's go. Queen Ma.
And of course, I'm focusing more on Joker here. Ooh. Hopefully we don't get hit with that.
First, Unicorn. His power. Persona. Okuninushi. I'll use this.
So great.
Let's go.
Alright. We're looking okay now. And
Mitra. Lamia.
let's go ahead and strike this guy.
You're mine.
Joker got in a follow-up attack.
Detonate some of these things in the field.
Your turn.
I'll do it. Fire. Ravage that. Let's go. Take it. Persona.
Fair warning. This one's gonna be rough.
Yeah, this guy has a good bit of defense.
I'll do it. Okay, got it.
So clearly he will be taking us a while to take down. Resist.
Sure.
Okay, let's use a showtime.
Joker, low on stamina. Be careful.
Mitras! Here!
Looking cool, Joker.
And as usual with bosses like these that didn't do much, he is resisting a lot of stuff. I imagine physical moves, which is very deadly for us. See if we could use some of this. Oh, okay. Looks like we did manage to do something there. Now we are in need some SP here. So any one of these will do. And seeing that, you know, our buffs and debuffs are up. Oh, and he's actually weak to Psycho skills as well. So, I mean, I certainly could have lined my team up a little better by bringing in Haru and Skull. But, a little late for that. Not sure if we can interrupt any one of his attacks. Yeah, that's a resist. I keep on using physical moves, but forget that it's not going to do much for this guy.
Sorry, you're up. Leave it to me. Thanks. Persona. Let's switch. Leave it to me. Enemy speed is low. Try and try to hit us now.
More need for SP items, unfortunately. And looks like it has about 25% HP at least. So let's hope we can take this guy down before we're all out of SP. Back to the buffs.
I'll use this. With this. Let's go. Pixie! Arsene Pixie! Take this! It's over!
So getting there. But unfortunately we still need to work on the SP.
Okay. Persona! Let's go. Persona! Take this.
Keep it going.
Thankfully the one more is do more help from a physical damage standpoint. Might as well try using some other moves just to get his HP down. There you go. So again, save yourself the trouble for this fight. Make sure you bring in Skull. Make sure you have Haru. Restores HP for all allies, right? That's a really nice skill to have. And it looks like we're out of time for today's stream, so we're going to be stopping here. But again, just to recap, we managed to finish another request, which was a thief's challenge for Panther. We did unfortunately waste some time there, since some of the rules that were, you know, in effect for that request were a little confusing, but at least we got there, no issues. And you know, for this specific jail, like I said earlier, us getting to Konoe finally is faster than I would have thought. I mean, I really thought that this guy was endgame, and if we really are approaching endgame with this one, that's very fast. Maybe that'll be an opportunity for us to finish up maxing out some of the bond skills at some point, do a little bit of grinding, so we can maybe even hope to take down some of those higher level shadows that we couldn't take down before, especially as part of Lavenza's requests, right? But either way, thanks for tuning in as always, and we'll see you next time.